You can be in therapy, journal every day, and still be emotionally unavailable. I know because that was me. Let's be honest, it's still me sometimes, and I'm a therapist. I also see this in a lot of my clients. Most people think emotional unavailability is about being cold or distant, but that's not how it works. Some of the most emotionally unavailable people I know are incredibly caring, insightful, and charismatic. So why do we still struggle with intimacy, closeness, and connection? That's what we're going to unpack today. So let's start with a real definition because this gets confused all the time. Emotional availability isn't about effort or interest. It's about safety. It's the ability to stay present emotionally with yourself and someone else, even when things feel uncomfortable, vulnerable, or unknown. It's not about how well you communicate. It's about whether you can stay with yourself when someone else is getting close. It's about being open to emotional intimacy, even when you feel extremely vulnerable, not avoiding it, not deflecting from it. And if that makes you squirm a little, then good. This means your system is used to performing instead of connecting. And I say that with full compassion because I've been there too. Here's where it gets deeper. Emotional unavailability usually isn't a personality trait. It's a protective pattern shaped early on, often without you even realizing it. So if you grew up with a parent who made you feel responsible for their emotions, or in a home where maybe it was safer to be easy, helpful, or invisible, your system adapted. And that adaptation taught you that vulnerability equals threat. That's not drama, that's just neurology. So when your early experiences pair emotional closeness with pain or unpredictability, your body wires itself to protect you from that kind of closeness, even years later. And here's the kicker. It doesn't matter how much you want connection now. If your subconscious still thinks it's dangerous, it'll shut the door before you even realize what's happening. So emotional unavailability doesn't always look unavailable. It often looks like being fiercely independent, avoiding conflict by not making things a big deal, playing the helper or peacemaker, deflecting, making a joke, or going blank when things get too real. I'm definitely guilty of making a joke when I feel uncomfortable. One of the biggest signs, you can be physically present but emotionally checked out. So you're nodding, you're listening, but you're not letting anything in, and you're definitely not letting anything out. I talk about this in my book, Unpacked, how people who were emotionally trained to perform or fix from a young age often become highly capable adults who struggle to just be, to feel, to receive. Not because they're broken, but because their subconscious still sees vulnerability as risk. Now let's talk about dating and relationships. If you keep attracting emotionally unavailable people, it's not bad luck. It might actually be a mirror. And I say this gently but clearly because it was true for me. A part of you might still be emotionally unavailable too. We're not drawn to what's healthy. We're drawn to what's familiar. So if love used to mean proving yourself or attempting to manage someone else's reactions, then emotional distance might feel normal, even safe. So when you meet someone emotionally available, it might feel boring or too intense or just kind of off. Not because they're wrong for you, but because they don't trigger your old protection system. If this is landing, hit like or drop a comment. It really helps this video reach more people who need it. So let me walk you through what it actually looks like when you check out emotionally. It's not dramatic, it's subtle, automatic, often invisible unless you're watching for it. So you might start overthinking instead of feeling, or space out during deep conversations, or get sleepy or distracted right when something vulnerable is said. Shifting into coach or fixer mode instead of just being there. We all do this sometimes, right? These are learned exits, ways your system learned to avoid risk. But now they block real connection. They keep you close enough to function, but never close enough to feel fully seen. Because that's scary, even that's what we so desperately want. Now, you don't force your way into emotional availability. You build capacity for it. And that starts with small moments, micro choices. Catch the moment you check out. Think, oh, I just deflected instead of sharing something personal. You can let one trusted person see you without performance. Not perfectly, just authentically. You can learn to recognize internal signals. What happens right before you shut down or check out? Do you have a tight chest, racing thoughts, a blank mind? Those are your cues. You can treat avoidance with curiosity, not shame. These patterns are old, they're smart, and they were trying to help. That's emotional availability, not perfection, not raw vulnerability all the time, just learning to stay with yourself and with others. And that's how rewiring starts. So if this resonated with you, if you saw yourself in what I shared, that's a good thing. It's not a flaw, it's not a failure, it's just information, just insight. And that insight means you can start making choices. In Unpacked, I talk more about how we move from emotional survival to intentional connection. You can check out the link below if that feels helpful. Otherwise, take what landed today and hold it gently. This stuff takes time, but you're already doing the work just by being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.